Hi everyone, welcome to the 19th episode of Dalimss podcast. This is Yasharth. I've been given this immense responsibility by Mahir sir to host this session of podcast with our very special guest, Miss Apurva Handaji, who is a national level cosplayer, and our guest who's going to grace us for Natsumi, the Summer Anime Fest, which is the first ever anime fest of Uttar Pradesh. Here we have Apurva Di. Hi Di, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, Di, before we begin, just can you please give us a brief about yourself, like what you used to do earlier and how you came into this world of anime and cosplaying?
Right. So I've worked as a flight attendant before. So I worked for about 3 years with domestic airlines, and after that I was really inspired when I saw anime. And in COVID precisely, I got really intrigued by anime. So I really wanted to dress up as a specific character, and that's how it all got started for me. And I went into cosplaying.
That is great. That's great. And for our audience, Di, just can you please tell them what is anime?
Okay, so basically anime is Japanese animation, and it's we've been seeing Japanese animations from a long time, but then we don't really know about it, such as Shinchan and Doraemon. A lot of us saw them as kids, and this generation also see them in daily routine, but we don't really know that it's actually anime. So anime is really popular in Japan and countries like US and UK, and they have regular Comic Cons and stuff. So that's how anime got really popular.
That's great. Thank you, Di. Thank you so much. So here I will just let you ask questions.
Okay. So now as we know a lot about her, so here we are with a list of some questions about your work. How did you begin it all? So my first question to you is that beyond dressing up, do you find that cosplaying has influenced other aspects of your life or interests too?
Yes, I do think so. So like I referred to it earlier, I was a flight attendant before. And then in COVID precisely, I got really intrigued by anime. And that's how I got into cosplaying and dressing up as different characters. And cosplaying specifically means dressing up as a specific character and playing the role of that character itself. So that's how you explain cosplaying. And apart from that, I think it's been a great hobby for me. And I also got
interested
in everything, and I got professionally into it. So before it was just a hobby for me, and after doing it for 2 years, I got professionally into cosplaying. So that's how it is for me now.
Okay. So my next question to you is that now as we all know that anime somehow has become very, popular in India too. So do you feel like there's some specific term that we can use? Like why is it so important and so, somehow very expressive in India too nowadays?
So the thing is that in Japan specifically, the people who watch a lot of anime are called otakus, and it was a derogatory term before, but ever since COVID hit and the trend started of watching anime, people have been calling themselves otaku. So now technically it's a positive response in that perspective. So people call them otakus and weebs who watch a lot of anime, know everything about it, read mangas. Mangas are basically comics of the animes, and animes are based on mangas.
Okay.
So just in the country where anime originated, people who used to watch animes, they were called otakus, and that was a derogatory
term. Yeah, it wasn't a nice thing to be called an otaku, and people hid the fact that they watched anime so much, although it originated in that country itself.
That is surprising. So considering कि जैसे anime अब India में आ रहा है, and there are lots of things कि some people are taking it positively, many people are taking it positively, but मतलब यहाँ पे भी possible है कि उसको एक derogatory term की तरह treat किया जाए कि ये बस cartoons देखते रहते हैं या anime देखते रहते हैं. तो दी मतलब आपको क्या लगता है कि is it supposed to be a derogatory term कि anime is much more beyond that?
I think anime, as for anime, it's like a different world altogether. So whenever you take a break, you need a breather, you can watch an anime. So different people have different hobbies, and anime is just like one of them. So it shouldn't really be a derogatory term. But then people are supposed to understand that different people can have different hobbies, and so can otakus and people who watch anime. So it doesn't really have to be negative. And apart from that, I also feel that there are a lot of people who actually love watching anime. So even if it's like they're called weebs derogatorily, but they do love anime so much that they look beyond that, beyond the fact that it's something derogatory.
Wow, that is awesome. That is really awesome. So, matlab, I'll just take 2 minutes and I want to ask you, can you give some examples, ki what is special in anime? Like what makes people go beyond that derogatory terms to still even watch animes, and what is good about anime?
I feel that a lot of animes are actually based in real life in Japan. So a lot of scenes or picturization of the anime come from Japan itself. Like there is Kyoto and different places in Tokyo. For example, there was this movie called Suzume, and it showed a metro station. Like we have metro here,
Yeah.
they have like bullet fast trains there. So it showed a specific train station there, out of which they totally developed the character.
Wow.
So there was this like two-sided door that was supposed to be in that the station itself. And when you actually visit Japan, you can see the exact picture of that. So when you visit it, you can actually realize and like bind both things together. So you can relate your real life to somewhat to anime somewhat.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Adi. You can go ahead with the question.
Okay, so the next question from my side is that what are your favorite technique or material like while you are playing the cosplay? So what are those some specific thing that you like a lot?
So the thing is that if, there are two types of costumes. One is like armor based, those you see in mostly games and stuff, and in which they wear metal armor. So those can be made out of foam. So the EVM foam, and which you can like use templates to cut them and probably make them into the shape that you really want to get out of it. And then there's like fabric. So the fabric we usually wear. So in case you want a specific costume of a person, of a character, you can figure out if it's actually a fabric or if it's foam, like if it's armor. So you can use the ones respectively.
Okay. So how do you get into this? Like how do you started all this cosplay and all about this? How did you begin about thinking of this?
For me, I think it was just something I want to be dressed up as, not exactly to show people, just for me.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to dress up as a specific character because I really liked the dress that she was wearing, and I really wanted to wear the same dress. So that's how it started for me. But a lot of people are they wanted to play a specific character. So just like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's really popular in India, right? And a lot of kids, they dress up as Spider-Man because they want to behave like Spider-Man. So that's like, it's anime and cosplaying is like the adult version of Spider-Man.
What are your favorite characters, like which you have cosplayed as, and what you want to cosplay for the future?
I think my favorite character would be Emilia, because it all started for me from that character, and it has like this purple gorgeous costume that I really wanted to wear, and that's how I got into cosplaying. Apart from that, I would also love to do I can't really, like, it's a cost plan. I already have a costume, so I don't really want to spoil it for others.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. So now this is a very important question I feel like, because how do you handle the criticism and negativity that you get due to cosplay? Sometimes I feel like you may get.
Yes,
Because I believe it's an online platform, no?
So yeah.
Many people have many kind of opinions. There might be opinions ki no, you have not done it accurately. Ki what are you doing? You are a grown-up adult and still you are, dressing up. You're doing fancy dress. Basically, I believe it's a fancy dress for adults and for Japanese animation. So you might be getting some, criticism. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it a lot actually. So there's this thing that if you want to do something positive and something for yourself, there will always going to be people who are going to criticize you regardless of how well you do it. And if it's like something I really want to do it for myself, I really don't care that what other people think, if I'm like into fitting the specific character or not. So cosplaying, like I said, it's like two terms, like you're wearing the costume and you're behaving like the character itself. So some people, they just want to do it for fun, they don't behave like the character, and I really appreciate them for that. And some people really hate the fact that they don't behave like the character.
Why?
Yeah, so that's one kind of hate that you get. Apart from that, if you're cosplaying a different kind of a person and you don't look alike, but you're wearing the costume of that person, then also you get a lot of hate. And since we are all Indians, we all have brown shades of tones, and since our shade is brown, a lot of anime characters are actually white, and people give a lot of hate regarding that too, because you're trying to whitewash your skin to look like them. So either way, if you don't do it or you do it, you get hate.
How do you deal with that, B? Like, what do you do? Do you turn a blind eye, or you don't listen to it? Or
I think it really depends. So if it's like a normal comment or normal negativity, I tend to ignore, because there is no point of explaining someone what is actually happening, and they don't really want to get the point, because they just want to take out the frustration of you of some sort, I believe.
Okay.
So it's like better to ignore all the negativity. But if it's something that's really negative and something that is based off your body or stuff, then I try to bring it out to the public. So I publicly shame the person. I just take the screenshot of the comment or whatever, and then I post it online, and I just show the people that how rude can people be. So I am not really taking anything from you, and even if you're not enjoying it, it's as easy to ignore a person than to like give negative response to that person. So I really prefer that if in case people don't like my cosplays, it's better to just ignore.
So I have seen your posts. I have seen you just block the names of the people who have actually done that comment, and you just reveal the comment. You don't reveal the identity of the person.
Yes, I actually don't reveal the identity, but I do believe that people should know the amount of negativity people like cosplayers get for just like cosplaying, and we really not like, we don't indulge in that kind of stuff. So it's like better to just post the comment and try to ignore the person itself. So do not reply to that person, even if you like feel very sad about it, or very it's very unfortunate. So you like something really well, and then you have to then you get a lot of negativity for doing the thing that you actually like. So it's better to just ignore.
So I'll just ask this one more follow-up question, because I believe people want to know this. Does this solution help or not? कि अगर आप you tend to ignore, but if things get too serious, you bring it out in front of the public. So how does that help? Does it help, and how does it help?
I think it is a sensible person, the person will try not to do it. But if someone like he or she, whatever, they use a fake identity to do the same thing again and again, you can just probably report the account or block the person so that they cannot do it further. So I think that's the one more step that you can take.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so many cosplayers, like you have a dream cosplayer role, like they wish to be like them. So is there any one of yours too?
Yes, there actually is, but then I've also cosplayed her in past. So it's an anime called Fairy Tail, and the character's name is Elsa Scarlet, and she has a Heavenly Swords armor version. So I really wanted to cosplay that previously, and I actually did it, but I really did not like the costume that I made. So I would try to upgrade it and do it in future as well.
Okay.
So you made that costume, B?
Yes, I made it.
How much efforts, or how much time did it take? And did you get some help from someone, or you did everything by yourself?
I am not really very experienced with making foam cosplays per se, so I took help from my friends, but most of the work I did it myself. So I really with the templates and stuff, they would help me. Templates, I used to cut the parts in the shape and then you paste it together, and that's how you paste multiple parts together, and then you form a whole armor. So that's how usually foam cosplays are made. So my friend, he like scaled the armor and scaled it to my measurements, and that's how it started for me. So that was the biggest help that I got from a friend, and it's something that I don't think I can do myself, because it's really confusing when you scale the armors. Apart from that, I think it took me around 2 weeks to make the whole armor. But yeah, like I said, I want to do it again. So hopefully this time I'll do it better.
So these templates, are they available in the market or online, or where do you get these templates, so that if any of our viewers, they want to get into cosplaying, so they have a place where they can start off, and how to get these templates, because I believe templates are a key role.
Yes, I think most of the templates you have to acquire online, and that can be bought. So a lot of the cosplays you have to the templates you would have to buy, and in case you get a chance to get it from a different website, you can always choose to do that. But I would really suggest that get something that's actually paid, because they'll adjust you to your size, and then they'll give it to you. So I think that will be easier for someone who's just starting cosplays.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Okay. So, where do you see anime and cosplaying in the next 5 years in India?
I think it's going to be huge, because ever since COVID hit, it has blown into like a lot of things, and Comic Con has been really popular afterwards. So I think it's like it would go like worldwide. Like Indian cosplayers would compete internationally. They still do, but there are not a lot of people who actually compete internationally. There are like a handful of cosplayers. I feel like that in 5 years or so, India is going to be a huge hit internationally, and people would really like to get into cosplaying, and it's going to be a professional career, not just a hobby.
Yeah, that's so inspiring. Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to ask, do you have any comment or any idea for any newcomers in this field?
I think I do. So instead of like making a whole cosplay yourself, people who actually can afford it, either you can like get it made professionally, and if you cannot afford that, you can just take the pattern out online. Like I said, templates are available online as well. So you can take the template and you can take it to your local tailor. So that would be really cheap. And if you can stitch it, that is up to you. That's like a great talent to have in this point of time.
So what's the do you earn from cosplays?
I do, but like that's not a lot, and it's not something that I can suffice off. So it's more of a side earning than a professional earning. So if you're like getting salaries, I would suggest that work a regular job or a part-time job, and then focus on cosplaying. And if you get a chance to be a professional cosplayer, if you get a chance to earn, that is a great source of income in itself. And if you get to take it to the next level, like pro cosplayers and those who compete internationally, represent India in different parts of the world, that would be a great opportunity. But I would really suggest to start off something that's low, and do not put all your hopes in cosplaying. Like keep it as a hobby, but then you can grow substantially if you like keep working on your skills and everything.
For example, like you're one of the very few female cosplayers, forget female, very few cosplayers in our country, in India, be it a male or a female, and you are like literally on the top of your game, and you're very nice, and it's a pleasure to have you here. But what do you think can be a good suggestion for, let's say, people who want to cosplay? Will creating a YouTube or an Instagram channel help in getting popularity, and what is the way to go about it?
I think firstly you should really learn the character that you want to cosplay. So if in case there's a specific character that you want to cosplay, you should learn what are the characteristics of that person and how that person behaves, and you can get the outfit made according to that. But then also you can also like make the cosplays yourself if you have the talent to do it, and if you know stitching or you know someone who can stitch it for you, that would be great. And probably you can upload it online and help other people who want to cosplay, or any other cosplayers who want to get it made, so you can also help them. And while doing it, I think over time you'll get popularity online as well, because it's like a rare chance of getting viral if we talk about reels, which are like trending right now. So making reels and making something different on reels, I think you have more chance of being viral than doing something average. Okay. So while cosplaying, and since it's like always the people who watch anime are they keep growing and stuff, so you can really expand your vision, make more costumes, help people make more costumes, and you can eventually also get paid for making costumes. So you can take commissions as well.
Wow.
So that could also lead to a huge career, because I know a few people who make I know someone who actually made a costume for Urfi.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, he made 2 costumes and he's a pro level cosplayer. So you really get paid for that. So if you are interested in something like that, you can of course make a career out of it. But then again, you would need to learn everything from the scratch.
So means you don't just have to dive into it like this. You have to first study. You need to analyze what character you are playing. You need to develop that mannerism.
Exactly.
While at the same time working hard for getting the funds. It is like a good source for side income down the line. But it will be a promising thing in the future.
It could be promising, yes, because at the pace that it's growing, there could be a lot of people who would actually be interested in cosplaying, or just normally wearing the clothes. So you don't actually have to cosplay in case you want to dress up as someone. You can do it at home. You don't have to show it to a lot of people. So some people don't really want to show it to the outside world. So you can actually design specific costumes for them, and you can design costume for other people who want similar looks or something like that. And you can make a earning out of it. You can actually make props as well. So it really depends on which field you tend to go to. So if it's just cosplaying, that's a whole different thing. But you can also earn from making costumes, be it fabric work or foam work, or even just like armor, so swords and everything, that also you can make. And there are a few Indian 3D printers who actually the props you use in cosplays and stuff. So they print 3D print those, and they sell it to the customer. So you can also do that, but that is up to you which interest that which interest do you really have. So it's not like you want to do something just because it looks fancy. If you get into something, you have to give your 100%, and then only you'll be able to succeed in that. That's how I feel, of course.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for all your answers. These were all questions we had from you. May you have a great day ahead. Thank you so much for everyone. I'm Hika Mishra, now signing off.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Parvati. Thank you, everyone. Please do tune in to watch this video. And at the same time, we are having the biggest anime fest of Uttar Pradesh on the 2nd of June at Ananta Convention, with tickets starting off at a very nominal price. And we are really, really glad to have Dalimss be, the title partner and the presenter of this event. Thank you. Signing.